Hello investors. India is ranked 5th among the countries with highest level of NPA. Greece, Italy, Portugal and Ireland are the toppers. So now what is NPA? NPA is non-performing assets. An asset becomes NPA when it ceases to generate income for the bank or the lender. As per RBI, a NPA is a loan or advance where first interest or installment of principal remains overdue for a period of more than 90 days in respect of a term loan. Second, the account remains out of order in respect of an overdraft or cash credit. Third, the bill remains overdue for a period of more than 90 days in the case of bills purchased and discounted. A NPA refers to a classification of loan or advances that are default or in arrears. So on the screen you can see the non-performing loan ratio from year 1998 to 2020 for India. So these are the data for commercial banks in India. So if you see, the ratio has increased from 2010 way up to 2018, peaking in 2018 and then again reducing towards current 2020. So now let's get into the categories of NPA. NPAs are classified depending on the length of the time overdue and probability of repayment. So mainly the NPAs are divided into three: substandard assets, doubtful assets and loss assets. So a substandard asset is one which remained NPA for a period less than or equal to 12 months, that is 1 year. A doubtful asset is one which remained in substandard category for more than a period of 12 months. And loss assets are the one where loss has been identified by the bank or internal or external auditors or the RBI inspection, but the amount has not been written off wholly. Now getting back to doubtful assets, which I already mentioned that those are the ones which remain in substandard category for more than a period of 12 months. So these doubtful assets are again categorized into three subcategories. First is doubtful assets up to 1 year, say we call it as D1, and doubtful assets from 1 to 3 years, we call it as D2, and doubtful more than 3 years, which is D3. So now to have a clearer idea of how this NPA is categorized and what is the duration of, or what is the time duration by which the NPAs are categorized, let me cite an example. So in this example, I have shown a timeline wherein all the types of NPAs are categorized. So say the company BB Industries has taken a loan from bank ABC. Now on 31st August 2021, it's the due date. Now the loan will become overdue on 1st September 2021. After that, as I explained, after 90 days from overdue, that is 1st Jan 2022, the loan has become a non-performing asset, that is an NPA. So you can see the red arrow wherein the start of NPA, that is from 1st Jan 2022. Now from 1st Jan 2022 to 1st Jan 2023, it is a substandard asset, wherein I mentioned that the NPA for a period of less than or equal to 12 months, that is 1 year, is categorized under substandard asset. After that, again after substandard asset, if the loan repayment is delayed by another 1 year, then it is categorized under doubtful asset D1. Now after that, if it takes 1 to 3 years, then it is categorized under doubtful from 1 to 3 years, D2. And then if it is taking more than 3 years, then it is categorized under D3. And beyond that, it is considered as a loss asset, wherein the bank or the lender has identified the loan as a loss, but the amount has not been written off wholly. All the NPA classes have got their respective NPA provisioning, which are money set aside to take care as contingency for non-recovery of loans. The more the provisions, it leads to higher losses. NPAs are very common mainly for larger companies these days. You know the names and I need not mention it here. So there are various companies who are defaulting on the loans or the debts they undertake. NPA, what we normally consider or call, is total or gross NPA. Net NPA is the gross NPA minus the partly paid interest or principal by debtor or insurance of the bank on the loans and their provisions. Lenders have option to recover these losses, including taking possession of any collateral or selling off the loans at a significant discount to a collection agency. That's where a NCLT and even a asset reconstruction company comes into picture. We will discuss them in detail in the coming sessions. Happy investing.